So hello, welcome back to standard 12. See, today I am discussing the PCl3 and then I will discuss with PCl5. These two questions are also very important. Clear? So the question in the exam will be like write the preparation properties and uses of PCl3, or they are not asking mostly uses, they are asking the mostly physical property and chemical property, and also they are asking the preparation. So first, see, PCl3 is known as a phosphorus trichloride. Okay, so the name of the PCl3 is phosphorus trichloride. Okay, clear? First we will see the structure. The structures of PCl3 is a pyramidal. Clear? Please remember this. Structure of PCl3 is pyramidal. Why? Because you know this phosphorus belongs to the 15 group, and the 15 group is an electron rich group. So after making the 3 bonds with the chlorine, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one lone pair will be coming. So they are capable of donating the lone pair. So they are acting as a Lewis base. Yes or no? Clear? So this is a PCl3. The structure is which? Pyramidal is the structure. Okay. Okay, write down the pyramidal structure. Okay. Why pyramidal, not tetrahedral? Because of the lone pair. The structure is pyramidal. Okay, in the gaseous state. Clear? If you see the hybridization, so we know that how to calculate the hybridization. See, just to calculate the valence sum of the valence electron, and if the electron sum is more than 8, then divided by 8, then you know 2, that method, 8 and 2 method. Okay. So see, hybridization is which? sp3 hybridization. Clear? So remember that the PCl3 structure is pyramidal and its hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Clear? Now see. Okay. So PCl3 is also known as a phosphorus trichloride because as the name indicate or as the formula pyramidal trichloride. Before going to the preparation, we will understand its structure. So PCl3 structure is pyramidal. Its structure is pyramidal. Okay, pyramidal. Please remember this. Okay, so this is the structure of PCl3. Yes, pyramidal structure. And you know this phosphorus belonging to the 15 group. Means 15 group, it will be the electron rich group. So after making the bond, it will be having the excess electron. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have a one lone pair also. Clear this part? Due to this lone pair, they will be having a repulsion and this bond become bit shrinkage. That's why the structure of PCl3 is not like this. Okay. Okay, it's bit shrinkage. Why bit shrinkage? Because they will be having a repulsion between this lone pair and between this bond pair. Okay. What is the hybridization? As you know, the structure is pyramidal, so the hybridization will be sp3 hybridization, and you know how to calculate also. Clear? The structure is sp3 hybridization. Clear the structure? Okay. And clear this shape also. And this is also similar to like hydride, hydride of group number 15, no? And NH3, PS3, similar structure like hydride. In hydride, hydrogen was there, here chlorine are there. That's it. Clear? Now we'll see the preparation. So first preparation is that PCl3 is prepared by passing dry chlorine on white phosphorus at very high temperature. This is the first preparation, that PCl3 is prepared how? By passing the dry chlorine. So you have to take the chlorine gas, but this chlorine gas should be dry. Okay, should not be moist and P4. I told you know that phosphorus what we are taking, we have to specify. So here I have done the specification, and the specification is which? White phosphorus. Clear? So I will get what here? I will get here PCl3. Okay. Balance the reaction. When you balance the reaction, here 4 and here 6. 4 is clear. So this is the first preparation of PCl3. That PCl3 is prepared by passing the dry chlorine gas over a white phosphorus at a very high temperature. Means here heating is required. Clear this part? Next, the white phosphorus on reaction. Next preparation is white phosphorus on reaction with thionyl chloride. Now students see here SO2Cl2 is known as a thionyl chloride. Please remember this. This is a very important. Okay, thionyl chloride. SO2Cl2 is known as a what? Thionyl chloride. So white phosphorus, that is P4 to take, and that should be white, and react with thionyl chloride, that is SOCl2. SOCl2 is known as a thionyl chloride. So we will get here PCl3, and there are certain two more extra product which are asking in the exam. That is, one is SO2 and another one is S2Cl2. So please remember this. S2Cl2 means this is sulfur chloride. Sulfur chloride. Please remember, okay, this portion, that S2Cl2 is a sulfur chloride. You can balance at your home. Clear this part? Why I have balanced this? Because I will show you in the PCl5 also. Why here 6? If you take less amount of chlorine with the white phosphorus, you will obtain PCl3. And instead of less amount, if you take excess amount of chlorine, then you will take a PCl5. That's why I balance this reaction. Clear? So what are the preparation? There are two preparation for PCl3. First preparation is that PCl3 is prepared by passing dry chlorine on the white phosphorus at a very elevated temperature, at a high temperature. That's why that P4 is reacted with Cl2. Chlorine is a gas, yes or no? Cl2 diatomic molecule. This all you know. So chlorine will obtain a what? PCl3. But here heating is required because the temperature is very high. Next preparation is that white phosphorus will react with the thionyl chloride. And I told you what do you mean by thionyl chloride means SO2Cl2 is an thionyl chloride. So white phosphorus on reaction with thionyl chloride will yield what? PCl3. But the reaction with thionyl chloride will yield extra two products. That products are very important. That first is P4 will react with SOCl2, and this SOCl2 is also known as a thionyl chloride. Clear? So you will obtain PCl3, you will obtain SO2, and you obtain S2Cl2. What is the name of this S2Cl2? Sulfur chloride. S2Cl2 means sulfur chloride. See, SO2Cl2 thionyl chloride. S2Cl2 sulfur chloride. One more will come. Okay, one more will come in the PCl5 that I will tell you. Clear this part? Sorry, SOCl2 is thionyl chloride. Sorry, yeah. SOCl2 is thionyl chloride. Okay, so see, SOCl2 thionyl chloride, S2Cl2 sulfur chloride. One more will come in PCl5, that is SO2Cl2, that is sulfuryl chloride. Okay, so remember these three words. Please remember these three chemicals. Written this, first copy out. Done, no? Okay, this structure written. Okay. Now see here. So I have one chemical, that is SOCl2 is thionyl chloride, then S2Cl2 is sulfur chloride, sulfur chloride, and one more I have, that is SO2Cl2, that is sulfuryl chloride. That is sulfuryl chloride. Please remember this, all the three chemical name. SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride, S2Cl2 sulfur chloride, and SO2Cl2 is a sulfuryl chloride. Clear? So phosphorus when reacted with thionyl chloride, thionyl means SOCl2. The bond between S and O is not a thio bond. I will explain in the group number 16, don't worry. Okay, so P4 when reacted with SOCl2, that is SOCl2 is a thionyl chloride, so it will yield PCl3, and extra two products are there, SO2 and S2Cl2. That S2Cl2 product is very important because it can be asked in the exam in the form of a ABC. So what is the compound A, as you know the question. Okay, so S2Cl2 is known as a what? Sulfur chloride. Clear this part? So these are the two main important preparation of a phosphorus trichloride. One directly you are preparing from the white phosphorus by passing the dry chlorine gas, and another preparation is passing the thionyl chloride. Okay, in both the compound PVP white phosphorus only we are using. Clear? Now next, the physical properties. The first property is PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. Please remember this, PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. Why? Because it will automatically hydrolyze in the presence of moisture in the air. Means what happened? As soon as you make the PCl3, so that PCl3 will starts to react with the moisture which is present in the air. So as soon as it starts to react with moisture which is present in the air, it will start to liberate the fumes. That's why the fumes will be colorless, means white fumes. Okay, so PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. See, as soon as you prepare the PCl3, so what happens to this PCl3? This PCl3 will starts to absorb the moisture from the air automatically. Okay, you can say as a like hygroscopic in nature. Okay, so PCl3 will starts to absorb the moisture from the air automatically as and when we prepare the PCl3. As it starts to absorb the moisture from the air, it will starts to fume out. It will starts to make a fumes, and that fumes will be colorless. Okay, so PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. Please remember this, very important. So PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. Why? Because it will starts to react, or it will starts to react with moisture. Moisture means water, means due to hydrolysis, means anything, whenever you are reacting any compound with water, we are saying what? Hydrolysis. That's what it is written here, what? That PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid because it hydrolyzes with the moisture present in the air. So write down this, that PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. It will start to form the fumes due to the hydrolysis of PCl3 with the air, or with the moisture present in the air. This point is clear. Next point, it is boiling point is nearly 349 Kelvin. Next, this point is very important, that it is soluble in a solvent like benzene, ether, CH, means a non-polar solvent. So PCl3 is a non-polar solvent. Write down, it is soluble in solvent like benzene, or you can write down the chloroform, or you can write down that CH2, carbon disulfide. Clear? So this is the physical property. Next we will go to the chemical property. Please take a screenshot. Okay. So understood the preparation, that whenever if you want to prepare the white phosphorus, so PCl3, so by preparing the PCl3, either you pass the dry chlorine gas on the white phosphorus, or what you do, you take a thionyl chloride and you start to react with the phosphorus. But in thionyl chloride, please remember there is a one extra product which is coming out, that is the sulfur chloride. Clear? And in physical property also I told you that PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. Why it is forming the fumes? As and when we prepare the PCl3, it will start to react with the moisture which is present in the air. Due to that reacting with moisture, it will start to liberate the fumes, and it is a soluble in solvent like benzene and ethane. This you all you know. Clear? So next you write down the chemical properties of PCl3. So write down. So first chemical property is this only. Write down chemical properties. Clear? Write down chemical properties. So you can write down in chemical properties first. Write down. When PCl3 when PCl3 comes in contact with moisture. When PCl3 comes in contact with moisture present in air, it starts to form the fumes. It starts to form the fumes. Now the question comes, whose fumes? So see this reaction. This reaction is very important. So whenever PCl3 comes in contact with comes in contact with moisture which is present in the air. So moisture means what? Moisture means small water droplets which is present in the air. As you know, after the rainy season, in a rainy season, we are keeping the certain biscuits, or you can take that khari. You are keeping in an airtight box. Why? Because if you don't keep the biscuit and that khari in an airtight box, it will start to become very soft. Why it is become very soft? Because in the rainy season, there is a moisture, or there is a maximum amount of water droplets, or we say moisture is present in the air. So they will start to react with that biscuits, and the biscuit becomes soft. Clear? So that moisture means what? The small, very small tiny droplets of water present in the air. Clear? So now this PCl3 reacted with moisture, and it will start to form the fume. Yes or no? We have written this, no? That PCl3 is a colorless fuming liquid. Why? Because PCl3 will undergo hydrolysis. With what? That hydrolysis with what? Hydrolysis with the moisture present in the air. So this is the moisture present in the air. So this water is nothing but a what? Moisture. Clear? So now how happens? See, you crack H2O, so it will form H plus, and you have to form here OH minus. If you crack this PCl3, means here P plus 3 and Cl minus. Clear? Now this P plus 3 and OH minus, if you combine here, so you will get what? P and OH minus 3 and 1. So what you will get here? POH thrice. This is phosphorus trihydroxide? No, it is not a phosphorus trihydroxide. Phosphorus is a non-metal, and non-metal cannot form hydroxide. Only metal can form hydroxide. So what it is? It is nothing. It is not a hydroxide. It is, instead of hydroxide, it is an acid. Which acid? H3PO3. See, check it out. Please remember this. Most of the students make a confusion here. So what I have done? I have taken here P plus 3 and Cl minus. Here I have done H plus and OH minus. So when I combine plus with this minus, so P plus 3 and OH minus. So I will form what? P1 is P and OH is thrice. So 90% students are telling phosphorus hydroxide. Phosphorus is a non-metal, and non-metal cannot form hydroxide, can form only acid. So it is not a phosphorus trioxide, actually it is an acid, that is H3PO3. Clear this part? So this P plus 3 and OH minus will form what? H3PO3, that is phosphorus acid, and H plus and Cl minus HCl. So now the question comes that PCl3 is colorless swimming liquid. When? Due to the hydrolysis. So whenever PCl3 comes in contact with the moisture, it will start to make a fumes. Fumes are of what? Fumes are of nothing but HCl. Please remember this, okay? The fumes are nothing but what? HCl. So what you have written? That when PCl3 comes in a contact with moisture, it starts to make a fumes. Write down. The fumes of HCl are produced. The fumes of HCl are produced. The fumes of HCl are produced due to hydrolysis of PCl3. The fumes of HCl are produced due to the hydrolysis of HCl, due to hydrolysis of PCl3. Okay, due to hydrolysis of PCl3. The PCl bond decompose. This PCl bond will be there, no? In PCl3, this PCl bond. Yes or no? So PCl bond get decomposed into P plus 3 and Cl minus. So PCl bond get decomposed, P dash Cl, the bond get decomposed and forms H3PO3 and HCl. The PCl bond get decomposed and forms H3PO3 and HCl, and forms H3PO3 and HCl. Clear this part? And forms H3PO3 and HCl. Clear? So this is the first chemical property. Write down second chemical property. Chalo. Write down. When PCl3, write down second chemical property. When PCl3 is reacted with organic compound, when PCl3 is reacted with organic compound, when PCl3 is reacted with organic compound, the PCl3 replace, this is very important, you have to remember, PCl3 replace OH compound from it, or from organic molecule, What it replace? OH, not a H. Please remember that PCl3 when reacted with any organic compound, it replace OH. It will not replace H. Please remember, PCl3 will replace OH. This is very important key point. So PCl3 will replace OH from where? From the organic compound. Now see here, we'll take one example. Example is CH3 COOH. And when I react with this PCl3, so this is an organic compound which has an acetic acid. So here what happens, here the cracking will be P plus 3 and Cl minus. This is easy cracking. But understand that PCl3 will always replace what? OH. So here cracking will be how? CH3 CO, and here OH is minus. So here it will come what? Plus. See, this is wrong. It is not possible. This is wrong means this cracking is wrong. But you have to remember, they are replacing what? OH. So to get a correct answer, I am doing this. See, if I crack from here OH minus, I am proving this is a base. But this is not a base, this is an acid only. And acid produces H plus. But PCl3 is not replacing H. It is replacing OH. So as I know that PCl3 is replacing OH, that's why I am doing this way cracking. After writing the correct answer, this cracking is only to get the correct answer. After writing the answer, please you rough it this, okay? So please remember that PCl3 replace OH from an organic molecule. So CH3COOH is an organic molecule. So what happens? So this cracking will happen in this way. CH3CO and OH. So OH will have minus. So it will come here what? Plus. Now what happens? This CH3CO plus and Cl minus will react, forms what? CH3COCl. And this P plus 3 and OH minus, I told you, that P plus 3 and OH minus will form phosphorus hydroxide. No, it is in what? Phosphorus acid. So it will form what? H3PO3. Clear this part? And this is nothing but a acid chloride. Okay. When I'll go with an organic chemistry, alcohol phenol ether, at that time I'll explain you that this is nothing but a what? RCOCl. And RCOCl is nothing but a functional group of acid chloride. Okay. So you can write down here ethanoyl chloride. The compound name is ethanoyl. Their suffix will be oil, but not required. When I'll go to the organic compound, I'll explain you in detail. See here once more I repeat, please remember that PCl3 will replace OH from organic molecule. Now see, I am cracking this OH minus, means I am proving this is a base. This is a base? No, this is not a base, this is an acetic acid. But to get the correct answer, I am doing this. Clear this part? After writing the correct answer, you can rough it. So see, you can check it out in your textbook that whenever CH3COOH reacted with PCl3, it will produce CH3COCl and H3PO3. Means here it is cleared that PCl3 whenever reacted with an organic molecule, it will replace OH. Okay, another example we will see, that is an alcohol example. So CH3, CH2OH, PCl3. Again remember this key point that PCl3 will replace which H or OH? PCl3 will replace OH. You have to remember that PCl3 will replace OH from an organic molecule. Now see, this is an organic molecule, so again from here also OH will be separated. So if I separate here OH minus, so it will form here what? CH3, CH2 plus. Clear? This is wrong. But to get the correct answer, I am doing this, okay? After writing the correct answer, just you rough it part, okay? Correct it here, P plus 3 and Cl minus. CH3, CH2, Cl minus, yes or no? This plus will go with this minus. forms what? CH3, CH2, Cl. P plus 3 and OH minus, what it forms here? It will form here H3PO3. So what is the name of this? Ethyl chloride, and this is a phosphorus acid. Again it is proved that PCl3, whenever reacted with an organic compound, it will replace OH from the organic molecule. Clear this part? This cracking is wrong. Just for getting the correct answer, I am doing the cracking. Clear this part? Okay, so please remember these reactions are very important because it has been asked in the 2 marks. Write down the reaction of PCl3 with an organic molecule. So please remember that whenever PCl3 is reacted with an organic molecule, so that PCl3 will replace OH from that organic molecule. So see here, CH3COOH is an organic molecule, CH3CH2OH is also an organic molecule. This is an acid, this is an alcohol. So from here OH will be liberated, so CH3COCl and H3PO3, because I told you, P plus 3 and OH minus will not form phosphorus trihydroxide. It is nothing but what? Phosphorus acid. So write down this portion, so write down these two reactions, and these reactions are very important as the exam point of view. Clear this part? And hybridization also I told you, sp3 hybridization. Clear? So that's it in PCl3. The next topic we will go with the PCl5. Clear? So write down this. Okay, so next topic we will see PCl5. PCl5 is known as a phosphorus pentachloride. Clear? So first we will see phosphorus pentachloride. Okay, so first we will see the structure. Yes or no? So first we will see the structure. The PCl5 structure is trigonal pyramidal structure. Okay, so this is the structure of PCl5, trigonal pyramidal, bipyramidal structure. This is P here. Here one Cl, here one Cl, here one Cl, okay, and here 2 Cl. So they will form trigonal bipyramidal structure. Clear? So the PCl5 structure is trigonal bipyramidal structure, whether it is in a liquid state or in a gaseous state. So it is a trigonal bipyramidal structure. Clear? Whether in a gaseous or in a liquid state. If you see the hybridization, so we'll check it out the hybridization. See here phosphorus, nothing but sp3d hybridization. Please remember this. The hybridization of an PCl5 you can calculate by that method, and that method you know this. Okay, so the method, the hybridization is sp3d hybridization. Now one thing I like to discuss here, that if you see the structure of PCl5, the bond length of this 3 PCl is 202. Okay, 202 picometer, and the bond length of the PCl axial position. So suppose see, I am drawing here. Suppose I am drawing here. This is P. Okay, so this bond length is nearly 202, and if you see this bond length is nearly 240. Okay, Cl. So why is it so? Okay, the 3 PCl bond length which is in a planar position, their bond length is 202, but the bond length of the axial position, this means axial position is like this. So this is here axial position means on the top. So this is the axial position. So axial position bond length is 240 picometer. So why the axial bond length is more? Because the reason is axial bond length is more due to the greater repulsion. Please remember, whenever the bond length is more, so the repulsion will be greater. Due to the greater repulsion between this bond pair and bond pair, the repulsion is greater, hence the bond length is also more. So you write down this one reason. Please fatafat you write down on the some top or corner, write down that 3 horizontal PCl bond, 3 horizontal means this and this, write down 3 horizontal PCl bond are identical, 3 PCl horizontal bond are identical, having 202 picometer bond length, whereas the 2 perpendicular axis bond are longer, whereas 2 perpendicular axis bond length are longer, whereas 2 perpendicular axis bond length, whereas 2 perpendicular axis bond are longer, because the repulsion is greater, in longer bond as compared to the shorter bond, because repulsion is greater in the longer bond, as compared to the shorter bond. So as the repulsion is longer, due to more repulsion, so more repulsion means this bond length becomes bit more of what? Of perpendicular than the horizontal position. Clear? That's why the horizontal position bond length is shorter. Clear this part? Okay. So now we'll see its understood or hybridization, shape, structure. Clear? So now we'll see its preparation. So first preparation is, it is prepared by passing excess of chlorine, as I told you, no, that when P4 plus Cl2, when I pass, see, we'll compare here. So P4 plus chlorine, I'll form PCl5. Now here 4, so 4 5s are 20, so here 10. See, in the previous case we were having only 6 chlorine. Here we are having a 10 chlorine. So where is the excess? Here there is an excess. So whenever you react excess chlorine with white phosphorus, this phosphorus is white, okay? So whenever you react excess chlorine with white phosphorus, PCl5 will be formed, and limited proportion you will obtain PCl3. Next reaction is by reacting with the P4 with sulfuryl chloride. So I am taking P4 and I am taking sulfuryl chloride. As you know, the formula for sulfuryl chloride is SO2Cl2. So what will happen here? I will obtain here PCl5 plus SO2. Clear? You can balance at your home. So this is the reaction. So PCl5 can be formed by two methods, either by passing the dry chlorine gas, but the chlorine gas should be excess on white phosphorus, or you can react with the white phosphorus with the sulfuryl chloride. In the first case, PCl3 was thionyl chloride. Here remember sulfuryl chloride. Clear? So SOCl2 thionyl chloride, SO2Cl2 sulfuryl chloride, SOCl2 thionyl chloride, SO2Cl2 sulfuryl chloride. For PCl3 thionyl chloride, and for PCl5 sulfuryl chloride. Clear? Physical property, if you see, it is a yellowish white solid. Okay, there it was fuming liquid, yes or no? So it is a yellowish white solid, and it is having a trigonal bipyramidal structure, whether in a liquid or in a gaseous state, as I told you. Clear? Clear this part? So you can write down. Now one more point I want to tell. That point is very important for your competition. So please see, check it out here. The point is, see, PCl5 is ionic in solid. See, as you know, PCl5 will exist in a liquid state also, in solid state also. In liquid state it is not an ionic, but in solid state is an ionic. So PCl5 is ionic compound in solid state. Please remember, this is a G-Net point, okay? So PCl5 is an ionic compound in an solid state. It will form the ions. How the ions will be forming? See here. See, if you remove from one chlorine, anything is removed in chemistry creates positive charge, anything gains in chemistry creates negative charge. So first what you do, from this Cl you remove one Cl. So what will happen here? PCl4. So something is removed means creates positive charge. And one more chlorine you get. So when you get one more chlorine, it will form what? PCl6. Anything is gained in chemistry creates what? Negative charge. So PCl5 is an ionic compound in solid state, and these are the two ions, PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus. So please remember, this is very important, that PCl5 is an ionic compound in only solid state. This is important, not in a liquid state. So PCl5 is an ionic compound in a solid state, and it forms a two ions, that is PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus. How to remember? You remove one chlorine. So anything removed in chemistry creates positive charge. Anything gained in the chemistry creates negative charge. So if one chlorine is removed, so PCl4 plus, and one chlorine is gained, means PCl6 minus. Okay. Now PCl4 plus means, remember from here, I am not going in very detail. Direct answers will be asked. PCl4 plus means here there is a 4, means this structure will be tetrahedral. Due to 4 means tetrahedral structure. And here if you calculate PCl6, the structure will be octahedral. This structure will be what? Octahedral structure. So PCl4 structure is tetrahedral and PCl6 structure is tetrahedral. We can see the hybridization. Phosphorus is 5, 4 into chlorine means 7. So 5, the 4 7s are 28. 28 means 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Yes or no? 5 plus 28, 31, no? So 30, 33, no. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 only. Yes or no? So 33 means you have to divide by 8. So 8 1s are 8, 8 3s are 24, 8 4s are 32. So 3 minus 2, 1. Yes, yes or no? So 2 1s are 1. So you can write down sp3 dehybridization. Okay. Or do not worry about this hybridization. What you do is just remember the shape, that PCl4 plus, the shape is tetrahedral, and PCl6 minus is octahedral. Clear? The shape is what? PCl4 plus shape is tetrahedral and PCl6 minus shape is octahedral. Clear this part? So remember that PCl5 is an ionic compound in the solid state. PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus are the two ions. See, if you combine these two, what will happen? Plus minus when combined will form P2Cl10. Yes or no? So P2Cl10 means what? PCl5 only. Clear this part? So PCl5 is an ionic compound in solid state. PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus. Clear? Okay. Clear this part, or you can calculate also. See, PCl4 plus means phosphorus means 5 here. We'll calculate the hybridization here 5 and chlorine means 7. So 4 into 7. Clear? And plus means 1 electron has been gone. So minus 1. So 5 plus 28 minus 1. So 5 plus 27. 27 means 5 plus 7, 12. 7 plus 5, 12. Yes or no? 32. So 32 means 8 here. Yes or no? Because more the number is than 8, then divide by 8. So 8 4s are 32. So here 0. 4 means what? sp3 hybridization. Which hybridization here? sp3 hybridization. If you see the octahedral, yes or no? If you see the octahedral, so PCl6 minus, so P means 5 and 6 into 7 plus 1. Minus 1 means 1 electron has been gained. So 5 and 6 7s are 42 plus 1. Yes or no? So 5 plus 43. So you get here 48. So here 8 6 are 48. So 0. So here you will get how much? sp3d2 hybridization. 3 plus 2 plus 5. Yes or no? So remember, in this way the octahedral is having sp3d2 hybridization and this is having a sp3 hybridization. Yes or no? This we have calculated the correct, no? This we have calculated correct. 5 plus 4 into 7 minus 1 because plus, no? So 5 plus 28 minus 1. So 5 plus 27. 7 plus 5, 12. And 32. So 8, yes, sp3 hybridization. Clear? Clear? This part. So PCl5 is an ionic compound in solid state. It will exist in 2 ion forms, that is PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus. By seeing this number, you can remember the structures. 4 means tetrahedral and 6 means octahedral. The structure hybridization is sp3 and sp3d2. Clear this part? Okay. Next we'll go to the chemical property. Write down. Chalo. We'll see the chemical properties. So you can write down here chemical property. First write down, very important chemical, write down PCl5 sublimes on heating. Write down, this is very important. PCl5 sublimes on heating and forms PCl3 and chlorine on prolonged heating. Prolonged means continuous, okay. So when you take PCl5 and when you heat on continuous heating, it will form what? PCl3 plus Cl2. And this is nothing but a what? Decomposition reaction. Yes or no? Means PCl5 will undergo decomposition and forms what? PCl3 and Cl2. Write down this reaction. Next you write down. Next important property write down. PCl5 reacts with moisture present in the air. PCl5 reacts with moisture present in the air and forms H3PO4 and forms H3PO4 and HCl and forms H3PO4 and HCl, but in a two-step reaction. So please remember this, and this is very important. Check it out here. See, PCl5 will react with H2O, means this is a moisture which is present in the air. So it will form here H3PO4 plus HCl. Clear? Now see here, student. In the PCl3, H3PO3 was formed, phosphorus acid. So lower number of acid because lower number of chlorine. Here higher number of acid, higher number of chlorine. So remember, PCl3 on hydrolysis, H3PO4. PCl5 on hydrolysis, H3PO4. PCl3 on hydrolysis, H3PO3. PCl5 on hydrolysis, H3PO4. PCl3 on hydrolysis, H3PO3. PCl5 on hydrolysis, H3PO4. But this reaction is not a single step reaction. This reaction is a two-step reaction. How? See, first what happened? First PCl5 will react with H2O and forms POCl3 plus HCl. It forms what? POCl3 means phosphorus oxychloride. Phosphorus oxychloride. Now this POCl3 will further react with H2O and forms H3PO4 and plus this HCl. So in this way two-step reaction is formed. Clear? Please remember this, okay? So in PCl5 and reacted with water, directly it will not form H3PO4 and HCl. This reaction is a two-step reaction. First PCl5 will react with moisture which is present in the air and forms POCl, the phosphorus oxychloride, and HCl. Now that phosphorus oxychloride reacts with further water to form what? H3PO4 and HCl. So this is two-step reaction. The final product are this only. Clear? See this final product. Clear? Write down. Last property you write down. PCl5 replace OH compound, same as PCl3 only. So PCl5 replace OH. PCl5 replace OH. PCl5 replace OH from PCl5 replace OH from an organic molecule. From organic molecule. So write down here CH3 COOH plus PCl5. So see here. See here I cannot crack it. So first what I will do? CH3 CO and OH here minus and here plus. I will crack here PCl3 and Cl2. Because PCl5 you know they are forming what? Yes or no? PCl5 they are forming what? PCl3 and Cl2. Clear? Now further I will go. How I will go? See here. I will go here also. Or you have to remember here. See how to remember means here P plus 3 and Cl minus. So this CH3CO plus and Cl minus will form here what? CH3CO Cl. Clear? CO Cl. And from here also this Cl will get break. This Cl will get break, or you directly to remember the reaction Cl and Cl here. So here remember the reaction, just you remember the answer. See what you do is you take PCl5 and you correct this PCl3 and Cl2. Clear? And again you break this Cl minus and Cl minus you do. So what you do is, see, you take PCl5, remember this reaction is a bit confusion. PCl5 you take PCl3 and you take Cl2. So you do Cl minus here and also Cl minus here. Now CH3CO and Cl. So these two will form what? CH3CO Cl. Now this H and this Cl minus will form HCl. Okay. So this is also gone. This is also gone. Remaining is what? PCl3 and O. So it will form here what? POCl3. Please remember. Phosphorus oxychloride. This PCl5 reaction are a bit confusion also. Please remember this. Okay. So how I have to correct? Another example I will show. CH3CH2OH. Again I will form here PCl5. So you correct it here. PCl3 and Cl2. Again you correct it here. ClCl. Clear? So now you correct this also CH3CH2. As you know, they will replace OH. OH minus and plus. Now what you do? CH3CH2 plus and Cl. These are minus, no? So CH3CH2 plus and Cl minus means what will happen here? CH3CH2 Cl. So this is gone, this is gone. Now this you take H and this you take Cl. So what will happen here? HCl plus this you take PCl3 and this you take O. So what will happen here? POCl3. Write down this. So in this way to do the reaction. Please remember this, okay? So on the reaction of PCl5 it will crack into PCl3 and Cl2, because you know PCl3 will get decomposed to form PCl3 and Cl2. Further ClCl will get break, and to remember the reaction. Just after writing the reaction you rough it. These all things whatever I am doing just to get the correct answer. Please you remember this, okay? This whatever I am doing now, this is only to get the correct answer. Clear? Clear? Okay, write down next. If you write down next, PCl5, written on this, last property write down, written, take a screenshot, okay. PCl5 reacts with certain metals on heating. Write down, PCl5 will react with certain metals on heating. PCl5 will react with certain metal on heating and forms metal chloride and PCl3. Metal chloride and PCl3. PCl5 will react with certain metal and forms metal chloride and PCl3. See the example. Here Ag plus PCl5. Again see, crack it. What will crack? PCl3 plus Cl2. So this Ag will react with this chlorine, forms what? AgCl. Clear? And PCl3 is the stable compound, so it will remain as it is. Similarly, Sn plus PCl5. So it will form here PCl3 and Cl2. Here Si will form Sn plus 2. Okay. So this Sn and Cl2. Clear? See here AgCl, why? Because Ag is capable of forming plus. So Ag plus and Cl minus. You consider this Cl as minus only. Okay. So Ag plus and Cl minus means what? AgCl. but SN is forming +2 compound. So SN +2 and Cl minus, so what it will form? It will form SnCl2. Yes or no? So SN and Cl will form SnCl2 plus PCl3 will be as it is. Clear this part? Clear? In certain book, if you take the excess, instead of SN, see SN can form SN +2 also. In certain book, it is written SN +4 also. So it depends, okay? It can form SnCl4 also, or you can add on here SnCl4. Clear this part? It depends on how much amount of PCl5 you are applying. So written no, that PCl5 on reacting with metal, it will form metal chloride and PCl3. PCl3 is a extra product which is obtaining directly because it is a stable product, so it will remain as it is. So crack it PCl3 and Cl2 and you can do the reaction. See, certain reaction you should remember, okay? So here your PCl5 is also over. You can check it out from your textbook. If any point is remaining, please message me so that I can explain you better. So in the next class, I will go with the oxoacids of phosphorus. There your 15 group is over, and then I will continue with the 16 group. Clear? Thank you.